Hi, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about how to reverse engineer a $100,000 CPA affiliate marketing campaign for pay-per-click. We're going to show an example, we're going to show the network, everything you need to know on how to plan your next media buy for CPA affiliate offers. So let's get started. Welcome. Today's video, we're going to be talking about some tools that I use in order to plan and execute highly profitable CPA affiliate campaigns. One of those tools we're going to be talking about today is Semrush. We're going to be talking about DFO Affiliate Network, and we're also going to be talking about Google Ads transparency. And we're also going to be going in and looking at stats and tracking through CPV Lab Pro. So if you're an affiliate marketer, you probably heard of many of these tools. And I'm going to show you how to plan and execute your next media buy. We're going to reverse engineer a campaign. I'm going to show you some stats so you understand where I'm coming from when it comes to CPA affiliate marketing. So let's get started. We're going to go in my computer. And here is DFO Network. So DFO Network, I just signed up a few weeks ago. And I spoke to my affiliate manager, and she gave me some offers, to a list of offers. And basically, the network themselves, they specialize in gadgets, e-com offers, and stuff like that. So the first offer I picked, I took out, and of course, it's not gigantic amounts of traffic here. I just started running it, but you can see that I started out with a 9% conversion rate. Now, typically, affiliates coming into affiliate marketing, just starting out, will never start out an offer at 9% conversion rate. So I want to talk about the steps involved, what I do to come out of the gates on an offer I've never ran before, and all of a sudden come out with a 9% conversion rate. How do you do that? So this basically means for every 100 clicks I sent to this offer, I would get 9 of those people to buy the product. And the commission I would earn was roughly $45 per conversion, which is a great payout for a gadget offer, okay? So that's why I like the idea of working with DFO. This isn't an advertisement for DFO. It's just an example of me coming into a network and showing you that you can, in fact, get these offers to convert quite well if you do things properly. So what are the steps involved? How do we do this? And how do we reverse engineer using specific tools? So first things first, when I got the offer Zappify, I had no idea how to promote a bug zapper. So there's many things about this offer. It's a bug zapper. Let me show you what it is. Here's one of the landing pages that I tested here, okay? And I'm currently working on. But basically, this is a landing page, and it's a bug zapper. And as you can see here, these are everything you need on a landing page. I'm not going to go into depth on a landing page right now because that's not the purpose of this video, but I wanted to show you what the product is, okay? So I had no experience running bug zappers, so I had to do some reverse engineering, And so one of the tools I use for that is Semrush. So step one is kind of doing your research, understanding, can you get profitable and what traffic sources are you going to use? So currently I'm using pay-per-click traffic, which is search ads on Google, but I plan on moving this obviously to other places as well. After seeing the initial data come in, obviously this is something that is converting nicely for me. I start with Semrush and I do some keyword research. And one of the tools that I like to use, actually there's a couple of tools here, and this is like a tool that gives you access to many different tools, a bunch of toolkits, we'll say. And you can see here, there's the SEO toolkit. There's the traffic and market toolkit. They have local SEO, content, AI, social, ads, reports, and app centers. For me, my favorite place is the advertising. But when I'm doing initial keyword research, I will use the keyword magic tool. We're not going to go in too much depth here, but when I go to the keyword magic tool for my first part of this, what I'm going to be doing is searching things like bug zapper. And this allows me to kind of get an idea of the volume of traffic and how much I might be paying per click in certain countries. So as you can see here, in the United States, this tool is estimating that I'm going to be spending less than $1 per click. Now, this could be a little off, and it could be based on much more data because they're not only looking at Google, they're probably looking at Bing ads too. So you have to expect that it's not going to be exact here, but it is good. It is a good estimate as to volume. You can see there's decent volume here for Bug Zapper, and the cost per click isn't insane, but again, there's tons of different words we can use here. So I'm not going to come into a pay-per-click campaign and toss all of these keywords into my campaign. And that's the first mistake a lot of affiliates make. They toss about 100 or 300 keywords into their Google Ads campaign, and all of a sudden they've just spent $400 and made nothing. So for me, I like to come in slow and start with some really highly focused keywords. And I talk a lot about this in our course at Powerhouse Affiliate for the Google Ads Masterclass course, which you can get access to down below. But basically, we're coming in and we're looking for keywords that have good intent. So commercial and transactional, we can filter using Semrush, which is awesome. So now it's going to give us keywords that are more likely people looking for specific offers. And you can see something like this: indoor bug zapper, commercial intent. If somebody's searching indoor bug zapper, you can bet that they're probably looking to buy a bug zapper. So if you can put that right in front of them and convince them that this is the best indoor bug zapper, then you're probably going to get a conversion. And that's how we start with our reverse engineering. But it doesn't stop there. Trust me, that's not going to get you your 9% conversion rates. Okay, that's just the first step. So let's say we estimate that the cost per click here, we're going to be conservative and we're going to double it, okay? Just to be sure that we're not losing or that we're not overly ambitious, we'll say. Let's just say we at least double those conversion rates. So let's put $1.25 as our cost per click is what our estimate is, okay? So we're going to now use the media buying spreadsheet from Powerhouse Affiliate, and you can get that absolutely free at Powerhouse Affiliate. Just join us free at powerhouseaffiliate.com, and you can go into the portal, into the community, and you can get access to our tools and checklists and all that kind of stuff. And what you'll get is this media buying spreadsheet, which I love to use because I have data now that I can rely on that will tell me if I'm going to be getting profit or loss. So let me show you how this works quickly. So let's just say I started the campaign and I have a testing budget of $3,000. Now, that would mean for over 30 days, my average testing budget will be $100, and the network source is going to be DFO. We're going to say the traffic in this case is going to be Google search, and we know that we're getting an average commission of $45. Our average conversion rate I have set at 8.3, but I just showed you actually that's off. We're at 9.04 is what the conversion rate is. Now, when I first started this, I had no idea what my conversion rate was because I had to estimate it. But now we know my conversion rate on this offer is about 9%. So I'm going to put 9% here. If you haven't ran the offer yet, you're going to have to do an estimate here. Now, depending on your marketing skills and how good you are at estimating how good your traffic responds and doing all these steps properly, you should be able to get a good, decent conversion rate. Now, for me, on these $40, $45 payout offers, if you're running Google search ads, typically you're going to need a 7% or more conversion rate. If you're not hitting those numbers on those CPA goals, then you're probably going to be struggling to make this profitable. Okay, so ad clicks here, let's just say 1,000 ad clicks. This is an estimate again. Now the landing page CTR here, again, I have that wrong. Let's look at the data. Inside my data, which is, here's the CPV Lab Pro. This is the tracker I use for tracking my campaigns. You can see here, on average, my CTR down at the bottom, landing page CTR is about 26.16%. Okay, so I'm going to put that in here as my landing page CTR. Now, we said we were going to do $1.25 per click, and that brings us into negative zone. So basically, if I'm spending $1.25 on my clicks with all of the other metrics in place, I'm actually going to estimate that I'm going to lose money based on this spreadsheet. So what I have to do now is I have to make sure I come in closer to the estimates that we're seeing here, which is 62 cents. If I can get my clicks at 62 cents per click, then obviously I'm going to make a lot more money. So this comes down to now finding a traffic source where we can get really good high intent traffic for a lower cost per click than what we've estimated is going to break even or earn profits. In this case, we can break even at, let's say, $1 probably is probably going to be very close to profitability. Yeah. So $1 clicks, and that's going to give us an estimated ROI of 5%, which isn't super exciting, right? We need to get our clicks at around 90 cents, which would give us a realistic white hat campaign at a 15% ROI, 90-cent clicks. And or we could increase our landing page click-through rates. If we just get our click-through rate to 30% or 35, whatever, 30% is a very easy number to reach on your landing page. 30% click-through rate gives you a 25% ROI on this campaign. So I don't know about you, but if I could earn 25% ROI daily, I would drop everything I had and put it into that, unless I had something earning more, of course. But 25% in a day is pretty sweet if you can get that back on your money. So if you spend $1,000, you make $1,250. Thanks, I'll take it every day, okay? Now this is white hat. You're not gonna get banned for running a bug zapper on Google Ads. Now, this is just an example. We're not done reverse engineering yet, but first let me just talk. There are many other places other than Google that you're going to be able to get 90-cent clicks. Think Bing, think Facebook, okay? Those are just two other examples. If you can match these metrics, this is why this spreadsheet is very important. So now let's do the advertising research. This is where it gets really exciting because now we can use this tool at Semrush. We can go into the advertising setting and we can start looking up domains and seeing their ads. We can start seeing their landing pages, and we can start doing things that other people might be lazy on, which is reverse engineering a very profitable campaign. So here we are. And what we're going to do first is we're going to go on Google. We're going to type bug zapper, and we're going to find a bunch of ads probably, but we're also going to find some sponsored links. And what we're looking for is a domain that we can plug into our system at Semrush. Right now we've only got, this is Canada, so I'm not getting all the good ads in the United States, unfortunately. So let me just find a good URL. Okay, I found one and I paused the video there for a second, and the domain is Zapify Official. So I plugged that into the advertising research tab. Now, we can see here Zapify Official is probably doing a branded campaign, which we talk about inside the community at powerhouseaffiliate.com. Now, typically, you're going to get a lot less traffic if you're doing these types of campaigns. So that's not what we're aiming for today. But what we can do is we can look up competitors here, and we can start diving deeper into this particular competitor as well as their competitors. And now we can find this one here, best mosquito zappers. So let's look this one up. And what we're doing is we're kind of reverse engineering by looking at what the competitors are going to be. Again, look at all the keywords here that they're bidding on. You can see they're doing a lot of Zapify keywords here. But also what we can do is we can now see their landing pages and we can see their ad copy. So here's the ad copy. As you can see, they're doing all of the things you would do when you're selling an e-commerce gadget. They have the deal, the special offer, there's some fear of missing out, there's a nice headline there. They're trying to make it look like they're the official site. You don't have to do it that way. You can say things like official promotion, get the only discount here, whatever it is, all those kind of wordings you can use. You can see all the ads now. We can reverse engineer. And then, best of all, you can even click and go look at the landing page. And this is a different style landing page. This is more like a advertorial. And these do work as well, but it's also a product informational advertorial. So it's not like a storyline. It's more about how this tool is really helping. And look how quick it is. It's not like this big, long, drawn-out sales page because they're probably going off to a interstitial page, which we'll talk about in another video. But there are different ways to test these offers too. You're not just going to send straight to another landing page about Zapify. You're going to send it to a checkout page or an interstitial page as well when you're running these types of offers, okay? So that is the next thing you're going to do. Once you find your landing pages and your ads, you're going to start constructing your landing pages. Now, depending on whether you're running on Bing ads, Google ads, TikTok, Facebook, your landing page is going to be different. Like, for example, this page here would probably work well on Facebook as well, or even a storyline or something like that on Facebook versus, or even on native ads, this would work. How this one mosquito tool is sweeping the nation and there's only 300 left, whatever it is. All these headlines that you see, you're probably seeing this on native ads, you're seeing it on Facebook, and that is how you scale these up. I just simply started on search ads, and now what I can do is I can either create an audience out of those people, retarget them on Facebook, start building the budget, turning it up, and getting it profitable on other platforms. But anyway, that is how we're going to reverse engineer that part. One last thing you can do is use the Ads Transparency Center at Google Ads if you want to find more of their ads. What I discovered the other day when I was using this for this particular campaign was that some people are running search ads to the campaign, and then they're also retargeting those people with display ads on Display Network. So you're kind of getting a retargeting happening here. So what you'll be able to discover when you type in these advertisers in here, when you do a Google search, you can find the advertiser. I'll show you how. You just go like this, you click on these little 3 buttons, and you can see the advertiser here is Amazon Inc. You would copy that. Of course, if I go to the Ads Transparency, I'm going to get about 1 billion ads probably from them. But that might be a little excessive, but not that many. But what you'll do is you'll type in the advertiser here that you find running the offer that you want to run, and you might be able to see their display ads, you might be able to see their search ads, and you might even find other offers they're running. So that is how we're reverse engineering. So just as a quick recap, you get an offer from your network. If you want to start right out of the gates with a 9% conversion rate, well, first of all, you need to have a good offer. It should be trending. It should be something that people want and need. And right now, we're in that perfect time of year. You're going to do a little bit of recon. You're going to plan out using our media buying spreadsheet at Powerhouse Affiliate. You're going to estimate what you can cost, what you can spend per click. If you go over that, you're going to have to find new, more interesting ways to make your landing page get a better click-through rate, or you're going to need to talk to your network and say, hey, maybe you can give me a little bump in the payout so that we can get better click-throughs and more clicks, right? These are things you need to think of as a bigger affiliate, okay? Next, you're going to do your advertiser or your keyword research if you're using keyword tracking or keyword traffic, like Google or Microsoft ads or whatever it is. And you're going to put that in here. And you're also going to use this for YouTube ads as well in Semrush, because YouTube, you can start targeting based on search terms. So you're going to find high volume search terms. You plug that into your YouTube video targeting, boom, there you go. Facebook, you could probably use their tools over here for social if you wanted to get into social. But basically, next, you're going to go ahead and build that landing page. And of course, we can find landing pages and ads using Semrush again. And then lastly, you can check for more display ads, and you can make those using a tool like Canva. You can go in, create a few display ads, set up your retargeting, and boom, you're ready to go. Place your Facebook pixel on your page, and now you've got Facebook retargeting. I could go on and on here, but that is how we're building $100,000 CPA affiliate campaigns. And in fact, recently I shared an offer on the Powerhouse Affiliate Network that generated over $2 million in revenue. So go check that out. Powerhouse Affiliate, you can join free, or you can take our masterclass Google course down below, and we'll see you in the next video. If you have any comments, go ahead and post them down below. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.